Well, welcome and good evening. And my name is Diego Garcia, and I'm here with Nicole. Again, welcome to this University of Colorado Study Abroad webinar. I work at the Office of Global Education at the University of Colorado, and I've been the director at the Office of Global Education for approximately 3 years. And with me is Nicole. Hi, Nicole.
Hello, Diego. My name is Nicole Heron. I'm a former student from CU Denver and a former study abroad participant. I currently work at the Office of Global Education as a study abroad assistant, where I've been for about 2 years now.
Fantastic. So what are we covering tonight? We're going to be talking about different topics. One of the questions we want to answer is why you should study abroad. We also want to cover a little bit about the types of programs that are available to CU Denver students in the global education arena. We'll talk a little bit about scholarships that are available to CU Denver students. And Nicole will give a little testimonial about her experiences going abroad. And then we will look at how to navigate the University of Colorado website and Office of Global Education website to look at how you would go about in choosing and applying for a program. So again, welcome, and it is an exciting time for you as you are starting your new semester. It's been a great climate out here. You're realigning your academic interests. You might be taking lectures from a faculty for the first time. So it's really a truly exciting time. And you may also be thinking about study abroad and how to go about doing that. So this is a really good time to do this. We encourage students to plan in advance, at least 6 to 12 months in advance before the program starts. So why should you study abroad? Well, a study abroad experience builds your knowledge base. It prepares you for the real world, for the marketplace, as well as it builds you and increases your ability to interact in international environments and multicultural environments. Allows you to immerse yourself in multicultural and diverse cultures. It improves your language skills, and it also allows you to make your resume happy and prepare yourself for your career. There are many opportunities in study abroad and in global education. So we're going to go and discuss a little bit, a few of the opportunities that are available to you. So there are short-term programs that occur in the winter semester, approximately the end of December to mid-January. These programs are led by faculty, and the faculty normally take a small group of students, between 10 to 15 students, abroad, either to Europe or to Asia or to Africa, Latin America. We also have programs in the May semester, and those normally occur approximately the end of May to mid-May to the beginning of June. And these programs are approximately 2 weeks or so. We also have the short-term programs in the summer, as well as, these are 4 to 6 weeks in length as well. We also offer semester programs. CU Denver has 2 programs, one in Beijing, China, and another one in Berlin, Germany. And these are typically about 4 months in length. And students travel in a group with other CU Denver students to the destination, and they take classes together. And the classes are offered in English. There are opportunities to learn the language. So if you go to Germany, there is an opportunity for you to learn German, basic German. And the same with Beijing. You have the opportunity to learn the Mandarin language. There are many different types of courses that are offered in Beijing, primarily in economics and communications, but there are also liberal arts courses that are offered. In Berlin, the program is really geared and it's organized out of the Department of Political Science, but there are a variety of different courses that are offered within that course, particularly in the sustainability arena. And you can learn more about these programs as you navigate through a website, and later on we will show you how to do that. On top of the semester and short-term programs, the faculty-led programs, we also offer internships. Students have the opportunity. A student might say, I don't want to go on a faculty-led program, I just like to go to an internship. So we do offer internships, and these internships are normally 6 weeks in length, and they take place in Latin America, Europe, and Asia. Students normally stay with a host family and work at a company, a private company, or a nonprofit organization, and have the opportunity to learn about their field of interest. And normally what we do really is find you an internship that's related to your major, right, or your field of interest. We also have offer programs through third-party providers. These are private companies that offer global education opportunities to CU Denver students in many places around the world. Many times we have approximately 42 faculty or 45 faculty-led programs, but sometimes a student might want to go to a destination that is not offered by CU Denver. So what we do is we encourage the students then to look at third-party providers and third-party providers that have been vetted through our university. And so they become affiliates of our university, and there are a wide range of choices for study abroad opportunities for third-party providers. Then there are also direct enrollments. In fact, Nicole went on a direct enrollment program as well as a third-party provider program, and Nicole had the opportunity to do this. She did a lot of homework, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about how she went about in choosing a direct enrollment program. So direct enrollment is really, you go about and choosing a university abroad, and then you enroll directly with that university. Our office does provide advice to students who, regardless of what program that you've chosen, whether it's direct enrollment, short-term, an internship program, we provide support and advice for you through an important system, which we will show you a little bit later. We also have the opportunity to travel independently, to either conduct research through a faculty sponsor. A faculty might say, there's a research opportunity, say, in Germany, and a lot of times students work with their network of faculty and colleagues to arrange independent travel abroad. Then there's also the U.S. Fulbright student program. This program is offered to students who are graduating from the university. So normally a student is receiving his bachelor's degree in May, typically is what happens. And the Fulbright program funds the student for a whole year to go abroad, either to study or to teach English. And so that is a wonderful opportunity. It also is available to master's degree students and PhD students. So that is sort of like an array of the types of programs that we offer. And we will be going, as we navigate through the program, we will show you a little bit about how to do that and how to choose a program. You might be asking, well, study abroad is expensive and I'm not sure if I'm going to afford it. So there are plenty of study abroad scholarships available. Our office this year will be offering up to $70,000 in scholarships. So there will be an opportunity for you to apply for a scholarship through our office. There are also many scholarships available through private organizations, as well as government-funded scholarships. And the types of these scholarships are listed in our website. So it really is important to plan ahead to research study abroad scholarship options. And so we will be able to provide guidance to you by visiting our office. And you can also navigate our website. So I think this would be a really great time to have Nicole share a little bit about her experience. When she was a student here as an undergrad, she was really excited about going abroad, and she went about through a process and choosing a program. So I really would like to have Nicole tell us a little bit about where you went to study and how you went about in choosing a program.
Sure. So I studied abroad in London for a full semester the fall of my junior year, and Honestly, before I went abroad, I didn't like to leave home all that often. I was really nervous about being away for a full semester, but I was also really excited. I started planning about 10 months in advance, and after working with students for the past 2 years, we really can't stress enough how important it is to give yourself at least 6 months to plan your study abroad trip. And so I made an appointment with the Office of Global Education, and they were really helpful. I met with a student worker who gave me a bunch of brochures from various third-party providers, and I spent the next, I think, 5 weeks going through all of those, comparing programs, looking at what I was getting for what program price I was paying, and ultimately decided to go with a provider that direct enrolled me on their behalf. And so I chose to study at Queen Mary University in London because they were very proficient in the sciences, and as a bio major, that was really important to me to study somewhere that offered courses that I could get credit for when I came back. And so I spent, I think, 3 months getting course approvals, making sure I was taking the classes I wanted to. And then after that happened, the provider was wonderful, took care of all of my housing arrangements. They set up excursions for us to go on a couple weekends while we were abroad. And beyond that, for the rest of the summer, I just sort of mentally prepared. And then I was there for about 3 months, and it was, I can definitely say it was one of the best experiences of my entire undergrad career and my entire life.
That's wonderful. So what was it like being in London, so in some respect as an expat? Because obviously you're an American coming into London. What were those transformative experiences that you had? What was like things that you might remember as you were there, and how really did it impact your career path and your personal life, academic life?
Sure. A lot of people will, before you go abroad, will warn you about culture shock, but with London, at least, I definitely did not experience culture shock. It was a lot of reverse culture shock when I came back, which surprised me a little bit, shocked me, if you will, when I came back. But it's so interesting, especially as an American, where we kind of do have a reputation everywhere in the world, and you're thrown into a new culture, and you oftentimes don't really want to tout that you're an American. You sort of hide back and just observe in the beginning. And something that really sticks out to me vividly in my memories is that London is so much more fast-paced than any city you will find in America. People just sort of have their head down, and they just go where they're trying to go every single day. And the first time I came back here, somebody smiled at me on the sidewalk, and I was surprised because I was so used to nobody making eye contact with me. But experiencing culture and experiencing a different way of academic life was really important to me, and it did change my career path a little bit. I came back a little bit confused about what I wanted to do, and it's really made me reflect on whether I want to stay in the States for my entire life, and it's made me rethink what sort of career I can have that will allow me to work globally.
Fantastic. That's great. And when you came back to the United States, how was the university involved in helping you prepare, let's say, a resume or, so you can market this opportunity, international opportunity that you had?
Definitely. Our Career Center actually puts on a great unpacking seminar twice a year, and they spend about an hour with you as a group discussing your experience abroad and how to put that on a resume and make you more marketable and sort of market you as a step ahead of other people that might be competing for a job that you want, which is very helpful. I actually put it off for about a year before I did it, but I finally did it, and that's what I did.
Yeah, fantastic. On the funding side of things for financial aid, how was that process for you, and the types of scholarships that you had received? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I wish that I had known a little bit more about scholarship options before I left. I was a little bit out of touch with the Office of Global Education, but that was my home. But there's so much funding available. I used my financial aid for the full semester, which covered a fair bit of my program price. I applied for specific scholarships through the provider I went with, because most providers offer very exclusive and different scholarships for different students based in every area you could possibly think of: academic, personal, whatever.
Sure.
I used scholarships that I normally got for my normal semester. I got one through the University Honor Program, and I was allowed to turn that around and help pay for tuition abroad. I used private scholarships that I'd gotten for every other semester during the year. Between all of that and then a little bit of my own personal funding, I was able to cover the entire program.
Fantastic. Overall, it was just a fantastic experience, changed your life.
Absolutely.
Fantastic, yes. And so you are among some of the other 550 CU Denver students that are traveling abroad every year. And every year we got more students applying for study abroad. So it is really a fantastic opportunity. I would love to share my study abroad experiences, but I think we're kind of running out of time, so we'd like to continue with our presentation. So how do you go about applying for a program? Well, right now, what I would encourage you to do is to go ahead to our Office of Global Education website, to ucdenver.edu/study abroad, or ucdenver.edu/study abroad. I'm going to go ahead and go to our website and show you a little bit how to navigate through our website. So when you come up to a website, you'll see a horizontal menu, and learn a little bit about our office and what we do, what our mission is, some of our policies. There is an appointment a tab here. This tab here allows you to set up an appointment with our office. It just happens that Nicole is a peer advisor. She's been working with our office for a long time, and she's so inspired about her study abroad experience. She said, I want to really help out students. And so she's been working in our office for a long time. And students often will come to Nicole for advice. So you can actually come to our appointment system. When you click on that, you will see first-time appointments and the second-time appointments here. You'd like to click on the second-time appointment to schedule a meeting. So, Nicole, what is it typically do students ask you in the first-time appointment?
A lot of students ask about the type of credit they can receive. Any student from any school can go abroad. Sometimes there are different nuances between what classes they can get approved, but ultimately we send students from everywhere abroad. Students definitely ask about funding and scholarships in every appointment, and I tell them basically what I just discussed about the funding that I obtained. Lots of students, we tell them just the longer you sit down and apply, the more likely they are to get funding and cover the cost. Students ask about the providers that we work with, the affiliated ones, the approved ones, who they should go through, whether they should do a summer program or a semester program. Students like to know about the options they have through CU Denver in terms of our short-term programs and which ones would work with them. And let's see, I think that's about all we usually cover. We try not to make it last much longer than half an hour,
Yeah, sure.
But we're willing to answer every question that the student throws at us.
So once a student has set up an appointment and they want to do a follow-up, they can do that with one of our staff members in our office. Fantastic. So if you go to the menu where it says choose a program, you'll see a tab down there where it says financial planning. Here you can go and find out about the different types of scholarships that are available to CU Denver students, and how to go about also setting up an appointment with a financial aid advisor. So really encourage you to look at this tab here and become familiar with the types of scholarships that are available. And we encourage you also to visit with a financial aid advisor. In terms of choosing a program, you can either come here to getting started and choose a program, learn about how to do that there, or you can go ahead and to find a program. Right here at the Find a Program, or if you click on that, you will be able to find the appointment tab, where you can set up an appointment. Then you look at the types of CU Denver programs that are offered, and I explained a little bit about the short-term semester programs and internship programs. If you click on any of those, it will take you specifically to the type of program that you're looking for. Then we also have our third-party providers. These are 6 study providers that have been vetted by our office. And like I said, they offer many, many types of programs that are available. So let's say you decided to do a faculty-led program, a short-term program, and you wanted to look into that description of those programs. So to come down, what you'll see is the name of the program, the city where the program is going, the country, as well as the region. So let's say you're scrolling down and I'm going to scroll down all the way down because a lot of our winter programs are up right now on our website, and you can actually go into apply for other winter programs. I'm going to go ahead and go to one of our winter programs. And this one in particular is called the CU Denver in Spain Food Fight Program, this program is led by one of the faculty of the communications department. Her name is DJ Yoder, and her program is fantastic. And so you go ahead and click on that link, and you will see some tabs here. On the right-hand side, you'll see a tab that says Apply Now. If you click on that tab, then it'll ask you to set up an account, and you'll be able to then begin completing the application. In the tab, it will tell you when the application the deadline is, the decision date, and when the start date and end date of the programs. And a little bit about a fact sheet about the types of requirements for this particular course. So that, in a nutshell, really is our website. It's very easy to navigate. Again, we really encourage you, if you have any questions, I know many of you like to do research on your own, and if you feel that you're fine with doing that, in fact, we really encourage you to speak to the faculty who are leading the faculty-led programs to learn more about their programs, and come to our office for an appointment to learn more about the process for applying. What else, Nicole? Did I skip anything here about our website that might be important to know?
I think so. There's lots of tabs. There's so much information for you on our website. If we can't answer it for you or you forget to ask during your appointment, it's oftentimes on the website. I love the Upon Your Return tab because it details our photo contest every year. And
sure.
It's just a great way for you to show, once you've been around, for you to showcase your experience, but it's also a great way for future participants like you guys to see former students' experiences abroad. We highlight a lot of our submissions on our Instagram page, on our Facebook page. There's lots of ways for you to see our various students' experiences and sort of help you decide if that's something that you'd like to do.
Fantastic. All right. So let's continue a bit. We really would like for you to come to our study abroad fair. We offer a study abroad fair every year. We actually have two study abroad fairs, one in the fall, one in the spring, but this is our largest study abroad fair. We really encourage you to come to visit our study abroad fair on September the 18th. And it's from 10 in the morning to 2 o'clock p.m., and it's going to be at Tivoli in the Turn Hall. So we really encourage you to come. There are going to be tons of programs that are going to be offered, tons of many tables with faculty will be visiting on the study abroad fair. They'll be displaying the flyers for their programs, and we'll be able to answer any questions that you have. We will also have third-party providers present at the fair, and so tons of fun. So we really encourage you to come and visit our study abroad fair. If you're unable to visit our study abroad fair, please do come by our office and set up an appointment. All right, so how would you go about in contacting us? Well, this is a contact information. You can either call us for general inquiries. You can email us at study.abroad@ucdenver.edu, or you can just go straight to our website and set up an appointment. Our office is located at 1380 Lawrence Street, and that's on the 9th floor. All right. This is our lovely staff. Our peer advisors were not in this picture, but you had the chance to meet them. She's fantastic, right? All right, so I think at this point, we would like to entertain some questions. Although, if you go ahead into your in the portal there at the webinar, you'll see on the bottom, you'll see a Q&A. You can ask questions either through Q&A or through chat. So if you could go ahead and type any questions that you would have, we would love to answer any questions. So feel free to do that. And we haven't seen any questions come in, so I'm thinking that we might be having questions, but we'll see. Okay, so, all right. I see Jason has just asked a question. So would you mind reading the question, Nicole?
The question is, for internships, do you get any CU credit?
Absolutely, you can. In fact, the program fee does include tuition costs, which is great about the internship programs and global study programs in general, is that tuition is offered at a discounted price. It's considered an extended study, so it's a D2 program. So instead of paying approximately, what is it, 1,100 to 1,000 for a 3-credit course, you're paying approximately anywhere between $300 to $450, for a 3-credit course. Yes, so it does include a credit. Now, if you are a business student in marketing and you want to have an internship in London, well, it's important to have an internship in marketing. It has to be within your major. We work with the ELC, the Experiential Learning Center, and they do require that your internship must be related to your major. So yes, you will be able to acquire 3 credits for that, or up to 6 credits as well. All right, any other questions?
Another question that's come in is, are there opportunities in film or other CAM programs?
Absolutely. There are plenty of opportunities in the CAM program. We have a program that's been offered in London, right? And that's been will be led by Leslie, one of our faculty. And so, what are the programs that we have in CAM that you recall?
There aren't any others in film, but there are some for drawing. Drawing in Italy runs in the winter term. There's 4 or 5 that run every year between the winter term and the semester term. That are specific for CAM students. There's a photography in Florence program.
And then our new program in Prague.
A new program in Prague. That one's for music. Yes. I think that might be it for this year.
For this, yeah. So when you go to our website, you'll be able to review some of the programs that are offered. Now, some of the summer programs haven't been uploaded, so please be patient with us. We're going to upload some of the all our summer programs and winter programs here very soon, within the next 2 weeks. But all our winter programs actually are visible now, so you can go to the website. Any other questions?
Yeah, so here's another one that came in. Does the VA cover third-party programs or just CU programs? And with the VA, you have to direct enroll. The VA will not cover third-party providers because it's a private business.
Yes.
I often recommend that veteran students look through third-party provider websites, find a host university that they think could work through them, and then just direct enroll. The VA will tell you specific foreign universities that they will work with to cover tuition.
Sure. And then, of course, our programs, our faculty-led programs,
yes.
Vets are obviously welcome to apply to any of our faculty-led programs that are short-term programs. Okay.
Another question is, how many credits can you get at one time while studying abroad?
Yeah, of course, that really depends on the situation. In Nicole's case, for example, for the whole semester, but not for the whole year.
No, a whole
semester. You go for the whole semester, and you have 12 to 15 credits. Yeah. So normally, for semester programs, you can receive up to 9 to 15 credits. The short-term programs, the faculty programs, are normally 3 credits, but some of them are 6 credits. All right. The internship programs are 3 credits and so forth. So it really depends on the type of program that you're with.
Another question, is, yes. Are we limited to participating in programs outside of our major?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. For the internship program, yes, it's required that you actually have an internship related to your major. But if you are an engineering student and you want to participate in a program, a liberal arts program, let's say you wanted to go to the program in Barcelona to learn about the culture of Barcelona and EJ's program, for example, you're welcome to do that. Absolutely.
This question is also in terms of political science or communication majors and minors, how many programs and opportunities, as far as you know, are available?
Well, within just communications, I think we have approximately 7 programs right now. So that's probably the department that offers the most programs in communication. And the political science, the semester program in Berlin, that's a program that's born out of the political science, although it's not strictly a political science program, but it is coming out of political science. We've had, so there are plenty of opportunities in those 2 areas.
Yes, and political science and communication are 2 huge fields that you can do for a third party abroad. You can spend a full semester or a full year and are most likely to get many of those credits transferred back to student.
Absolutely, yes. Okay.
Here's another question. What if the program that I want to do while at CU is not necessarily the region that I hope to become employed in? Or suppose I want to do the Korea program, but ultimately really hope to find my career in South America.
Yeah.
What would you do?
What do you think? You as a student, what was your
I think, honestly, I don't think that you can have too much experience globally for wherever you want to end up. If you're trying to be employed in South America and you don't speak Spanish and you decide to study in South Korea, then you might want to rethink that. But you can also, you can always take Spanish while you're here at CU Denver if you aren't already fluent and you want to become employed in South America. You can do our short-term program in Korea for that experience in South Korea, and then spend the rest of your academic career, spending a summer or a full semester in South America. You can do as many study abroad experiences as you'd like to, and we can also work to have you study abroad for short-term or long-term, and then you do an internship in South America for the summer and get all that experience that you need to be able to become employed wherever you'd like to.
Yes, definitely. And what a lot of times students ask me, I really would like to go to London, for example. I've been there before, and it's what I'm familiar with. And then I might tell them about an experience, having experience in Singapore. And then, I talk a little about that and how valuable that can be to have a really broader experience, a broader international experience. And so a lot of times students do choose to go somewhere different where they've never been, and to expand their horizons and to prepare them better for an increasingly global and international marketplace. So I encourage you to, obviously, finances is an issue, but to at least participate in one program while you're a student here at CU Denver. Another question.
Another question is, if we wanted to look at scholarships that don't come from CU directly, how will we know if they will apply to studying abroad?
Right. So there is a list of scholarship available on our website, and you'll be able to go through those and be able to identify which are the ones that really focus on study abroad opportunities. And so I would encourage you really to go through the website to do your homework.
And if you apply for and get a scholarship that is not necessarily marketed towards studying abroad, like the Honors and Leadership Program scholarship I received every semester that I mentioned, you can often contact the bursar's office, and they will tell you if you're allowed to use that. I know one example is the Colorado Opportunity Fund is a scholarship that you cannot use for studying abroad. That can only be applied to Colorado tuition.
Sure.
So if you have questions, the person that issues a scholarship can answer that for you, but the bursar's office can also tell you that.
Yeah, and we encourage you to do your homework, specifically about the scholarship you're applying, because you'll be able to see in the description of the scholarships whether or not the funding can be applied for study abroad. Yeah.
The question is, are there any Middle Eastern countries that we can study abroad in?
Yes, there are. At this point, in fact, we are for the first time offering a program in Dubai, and so this is in the United Arab Emirates. This is coming out of the business school. So there's one program. It's the first time we actually offer a program in the Middle East. But our third-party providers do offer programs in the Middle East, in Jordan being one destination. And so there are opportunities that are available through our third-party providers.
This last question I have is the internship like applying for a job? Do I have to be selected from other candidates?
Normally, what happens is there is a process, an application process. This is a program that has just recently started. It's a new program here at CU Denver. We've had approximately 15 students that have traveled each year, but there's so much more interest that we expect those numbers to grow. Now, if you do fulfill your GPA requirement, it's a 2.75 requirement. If you are, then you have the language proficiency. For example, if you're going to Spain or if you're going to Chile, you're required to have some Spanish proficiency, and you meet all the requirements. It shouldn't be a problem for you, to participate in the program. And what normally typically happens is once you've been accepted to the program, you'll go through the ELC office, which is the Experiential Learning Center, to complete a learning agreement. There'll also be an interview with the potential employer. We have country directors in each of the countries where we operate and send students. So these country directors will set up an interview with different companies and organizations. Once you've submitted all your applications, your resume, your housing options, and preferences, we'll send that to our country director, and then the country director will establish communication with you to talk about your interests. And then once our country directors know specifically what you're looking for, or the type of internship you're looking for. Then our country directors begin the process of finding that internship. Once that internship, they locate various options. They'll communicate with you and say, look, we have these options. You might want to look at the website. And once you decide which internship you prefer, then our country director sets up an interview with the employer. And then after that interview, then hopefully then we'll have the internship confirmed. And then it's just a matter of just preparing you then for your internship experience. We have orientations and all of our programs, study abroad programs, and we do offer orientation for the students before they travel, so that you're prepared for your experience.
And that's all the questions we have.
That's wonderful. I guess what time is it? It's already 6:30. Maybe it's finished. Yes. Thank you so much. If you have more questions, please come to our office or send us an email.
Oh, one more question.
Oh, you got one more question.
Are the full semester and year programs Are there full semester and year programs outside of Beijing?
The Berlin program, we have a program in Berlin, a semester program. That's in the fall normally. So, although in 2019 it'll be offered in the spring.
Yes.
So,
those are the only two full semester and year programs that CU Denver specifically offers. But if you're interested in a semester or year, you can go through any of the third parties that we work with, and you can basically go to any country that you'd like to.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes. And that was through our question and answer and chat. Were you looking at both? Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
If you aren't staying with a host family, what are other possible living options? And is it possible to get out while studying abroad?
Yes. So when I mentioned internships with host families, that's typically for an internship program. But the faculty-led programs have many other options, housing options. So many times they'll stay at hotels or pensiones or apartments. Right, so there are other options, housing options, yes.
Yeah, and with a full semester or a year program, you'll most likely be in a dorm situation, which is great because you meet other students your age from lots of other countries. Three of my flatmates were from England, but another one was from Portugal, and one was from Italy. And I'm still in touch with half of them, and it's wonderful to have those connections.
Fantastic, yes, of course. Well, I think this concludes our session, unless there are any last-minute questions. Nicole, I think we're good.
I think so.
Thank you for joining us. It was really a pleasure, and please do come visit our office. It's at 1380 Lawrence Street. And or send us an email, set up an appointment, and we do look forward to seeing you at the study abroad. Thank you so much, and have a great evening.